Hi everyone, I'm Laura Swan, your reigning Mrs. Wisconsin United States 2020, and welcome to my Conversations with the Queen. Today I have a treat for you. I am welcoming my friend Jenny Pritchett, who's the current Mrs. American Elegance 2020, and she's excited to come today so we can talk about being sister queens and this journey that pageantry has brought to both of us. And that was really the inspiration behind me starting these conversations with the Queen. It was, we have conversations like this all the time, but we don't always share that with people that are not within our community. And the community for me has been one of the biggest blessings of this journey, is to meet smart, empowered, strong women like Jenny and so many others. And it really has been a blessing to me, and it's something that I was inspired to be able to share with so many others too, so you can really get a picture into our world. So Jenny, welcome.
Thank you so much, Laura, for having me. I'm so excited to share our journeys that we've had together, actually most recently, in fact, and and just share the love of pageantry we both have, and the sisterhood, and the incredible women that we have met along the way. It's been an amazing experience.
It really has, and I'm excited to start talking about this. And so Jenny, tell me and tell the people that might be watching this, how did you get started into pageantry?
Okay, well, I actually started into pageantry very late in life. Most people think that when they ask me questions about pageantry that, oh, you must have competed when you were a young girl or a teenager. And no, I actually started competing at the age of 39. And actually, I just was one of those things, one of those experiences that I've always dreamed of doing, and never thought that I just didn't really have the confidence to do it, or thought that I couldn't ever win a pageant. I had to talk myself into it. And I thought, you know what, at age of 39, it's now or never. And I'm just going to jump in. And so my very first pageant that I did was back in 2015, which was Mrs. Wisconsin United States, which is very funny because look at you right now. Yes, the current reigning Mrs. Wisconsin United States. And I had such an amazing experience. I was hooked into pageantry. It was really literally something that I thought I would do one time and just say, okay, I'm putting that in my bucket list and I'm done. But no, that didn't happen. I got the pageant bug, and the rest is history. And so now I'm at the age of 45, and I'm proof that, and you are too, that it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to be 20, to win a pageant. We are beautiful, and we have wisdom, and we have so much to offer. And so it's been the most amazing experience in every single pageant I've done. Of course, American Elegance has been incredible. And so yes, from 39 years old to 45 is when I started pageantry. So that's how it all started. And I think the rest of my life, in some way, shape, or form, I'm going to be involved in pageantry somehow.
I feel the same. I am on the older side as well, but I've really had to embrace that through this journey and really learn that we have so much to share with women of every age. And I just find that that's been a challenge for me in a very good way, that we, like you said, we have wisdom, we have experience, we can be leaders and mentors and coaches to women just coming in. And that's a great message, I think, Jenny, that you don't have to start when you're 16 or 20 or 22 or any of that. You can start whenever, and do it for you, do it for your own reasons, right? It's such a confidence builder for sure. And I know a lot of women do it for just that reason. It's not necessarily about winning. And that is one thing also that I do just want to share. It's the journey. I know people don't understand what that is, but it really is life changing. It changes you from the inside out. I feel like it helps you get inner strength and inner confidence. And it's a beauty pageant, but we have to work hard. We have to interview. You have to take care of your body. You have to, you know, we do so much community service too. That's the other thing that for me is very, very important to me as the current Mrs. Wisconsin is serving our community. I feel a huge responsibility to bring support and awareness and help where we can, especially now with the pandemic and the quarantine that we're living within. So many people are just down and hurting and need help. And so it's been a blessing to be able to find those ways and get creative. And like you and I were together this weekend with, I think 10 other sister queens across the state with many different systems represented, yours and mine and the America system and other systems as well, USA. But when it comes down to it, we all are doing the same thing. We're showing up, being present and making a difference and changing lives and helping, as we do that, inspire other women that they can do the same too.
Absolutely.
So I mean, my platform is along those lines to be who you are meant to be. And this journey for me has grown me into who I am meant to be. And that's how I want to help other women to find and discover their inner strength, their true beauty, their true voice that is going to be very different from somebody else's. That's the other thing too. I think we're never trying to like be like somebody else, right? We're bringing our own authentic self here. Yeah. So do you want to share about your purpose and your platform and, you know, what's really near and dear to your heart as well?
Sure. Well, I guess, you know, I chose the American Elegance system because American Elegance is truly, well, first of all, it's truly a sisterhood. It's really a family. And it's been around for a very long time. It actually started in 1999. We have an amazing director, amazing staff, so much support. But the biggest thing for me is, Laura, that it is about working. It's about giving back. It's about making a difference, and it's truly making a difference. It's not, you know, of course, you know, it's a pageant. So you have the evening gown, you have the fashion wear, you have all that. But what you do with this crown and is what matters in American Elegance. So my platform is the acronym KIDS, which is kindness, inspired, and determined to serve. And so that surrounds the mental, emotional, physical health of children all around the world. And of course, with the COVID-19 pandemic situation, it was harder and harder for me during my reign to actually do physical appearances and help. But there were so many opportunities that I found that we could do virtual, just like today's interview. I mean, today's interview is virtual. There's still so many things that we can do. We don't have to just put our crown on a shelf and say, well, we can't go anywhere, so we're not going to do anything. Well, no, just like you, Laura, we're making it happen. So in the beginning, after the, you know, when the pandemic was starting, I joined forces with an organization called Abobo's Light, which is helping orphan children in Uganda, Africa. And they were doing a swimsuit collection for children because these children had never experienced a swimming or in a swimming pool. So in their area, the orphanage had built and the community center had built a swimming pool, but they didn't have swimsuits. So I decided that I would start a swimsuit drive for children and to make a difference in Uganda and sent them swimsuits. And I got pictures back of them having fun in the swimsuits, and it was so heartwarming and incredible. And it went as far as I actually now sponsor a child in Uganda. Her name is Claudia, and she's 11 years old. And so I consider her my daughter, you know, that's all across the world. We write letters back and forth, and I just love Claudia. She has such a bright future, and I do sponsor her so that she can go to school and that she can also have healthcare. So to see her thriving all the way in Uganda has been just such a heartwarming experience. And they reached out to me after I had won my title. So I truly believe those opportunities like that would have never happened to me if I hadn't been in pageantry or I hadn't had the national title. So, you know, it's things like that, you know. And then before the pandemic hit, I had a chance to go to New York Fashion Week. Like, not very many get to say that they get to do that, you know. Right. So it's doing free community baby showers like we did last weekend. It's helping children in Uganda. It's going to New York Fashion Week, you know. So look what pageantry has done for us. Like the experiences, I would never have thought at 45 years old that I could say this last year that I would be able to do, do all these things, you know? So pageantry has brought me to the people that I have crossed paths with that have inspired me. They've given me opportunities. And I'm a true believer that everything happens for a reason. People cross your paths for a reason. And pageantry has done that for me. It has changed my life, you know, and I know, Laura, between the two of us, we share the same coach also, you know, and friend and mentor, Crystal Cavey.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I guess too, by having that brought us together, you know, so yeah, it's just been such an amazing experience. I'll be honest, I'm not ready to give up my title 28 days from now, but I know that all of these experiences that I had, I'm going to have the most amazing memories, and I'm going to do something in pageantry. I don't know if I'll compete again, but I'm always going to be connected to pageantry and then the amazing women that are in pageantry probably for the rest of my life. I've made such amazing lifelong friends. So
I agree. Everything happens for a reason. For me, the doors that have opened ever since I said yes, like that was literally it. It wasn't like, you know, and it truly is not just like when they put the crown on your head, like it's the entire process and the journey and who you're becoming and who you're interacting with and who you're meeting. And I have to just say that every person that I've met on this journey has been there for a reason and for a purpose. And I've gotten to the point now where I just say yes. And I'm like, I know, here we go. It's just one more thing. And it has been an amazing experience. And so in less than 2 weeks, I will be on the national stage for the National United States pageant for the Mrs. United States division. And so I'm just honored to go as part of the journey and to complete what we started and to share my passion for inspiring women and girls to not play small, not be a victim of your circumstances, to know that you truly are strong, and to discover that inner fire within yourself and to share that with the world. So I can't believe you have 28 days until, but here's the thing, you get the crown, you get to pass that crown. So you'll always have your crown, but you get to pass the incredible experience that you've had this year.
Yes,
on
I
to
do.
somebody else. And you know what that's like. You know what that's going to do. It's going to be life changing. And when I think about, you know, how our lives have changed, how my life has changed, how my family's life has changed, how my kids have watched and joined me in these community service events and seen, you know, a true living life with a true purpose. Those are the things that I just, you know, kind of just take away. And
absolutely. And I don't think I truly even knew what it was to live life with purpose. That's a great point, Laura, because I didn't really realize what that really meant until I had growth over the years with pageantry. I am definitely not the same person I was 5 years ago. There's no way. And I know Crystal will tell you that I'm not the same person. You know, the competing, you know, growing my self-confidence, you know, appearance, you know, I just, you know, knowing that, yes, I can do this, you know, it doesn't matter if I'm from a small town of 700 people and I'm 40 years old, I can do this and I can win a national title. And, you know, all the women too have shaped me. They have shaped me into who I am today, Laura. They really, really have. And all the people that surround me. And I know that the women, after I give up my title in 28 days, that these women are going to still be behind me. That's not going to go away. And my community service and everything that I do, that's not going to go away. And so that's comforting, and that I get to pass it on to another Mrs. Who will be, our delegates are incredible this year. So I know that my successor is going to be incredible. And that brings me comfort as well. And so, so yeah, I'm just passing that on. And I hope that I left some sort of legacy and some sort of footprint for the Mrs. American Elegance, so that working and community service will continue on with that legacy. So yes, it's been such an amazing experience. And of course, they always say it goes by way too fast. That's very true. It goes by very fast. So Laura, you just got to cherish every minute of this.
Oh, I am. And I know too that, I was crowned Mrs. Wisconsin the very weekend that COVID shut down our country. It was like literally the last pageant that actually, I think, state pageant that actually really happened. And I don't think there's any coincidences in it. I mean, I had to get super creative to make appearance, but people were literally reaching out to me. People literally that same week were like, could you help us? Could you come? And so we have to do things differently, but
yes.
I have no doubt that it was all, planned to kind of work out that way. And now, here we're going into, we're in October, we're into almost the end of the year, and everything is changing, but everything is still an opportunity for us to always live our best life and to bring others along with us. So do you have a favorite quote or something that motivates you that you want to share with our listeners as we're wrapping everything up, or anything else that you want to share?
Yeah, I do want to share too. I do have to put a shameless plug in for my Spread Joy campaign. So that was another thing that I started in March. And I'm a registered nurse, so I work in healthcare. So when the COVID situation hit, it hit hard, with me professionally, personally, pageantry. So I decided to start Spread Joy, which has, what we do is we have cards, letters of encouragement to residents in care facilities who are under isolation, to bring them joy and to bring them hope. And I have my Spread Joy on Facebook. So I want everyone to continue to join me in that movement. And because COVID-19 has not gone away, they still are a lot of them are still in isolation. They still need that words of encouragement, or even after that, it's always nice to give folks words of encouragement anytime in our lives, not just during a pandemic. So I had to talk about Spread Joy because that was a really big deal to me.
Of course.
And as far as, I'll probably tell you my favorite Bible verse. And so, I guess the biggest one is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I tell myself that every day. I teach that to my children. So that is one of the mottos that I live by. So I definitely needed to share that Bible verse with everyone.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you did. My favorite is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans for good and not for evil, plans to prosper and not to harm you, plans for hope and a future. And it has sustained me in periods of my life when I was like, what is going on? And I know there's so many people that are asking that, now as they're living through the COVID quarantine, and it's really weighing heavy on everybody, but it really is something that I feel like I need to share too. I love your Spread Joy campaign. I was inspired in the middle of, I don't even know which month it was, but as I was literally, thinking about what could I do? What can I do? How can I be a light? And the idea came to me to start Project Shine Your Light. And so Project Shine Your Light is literally, this is part of it, Conversations with the Queen. I have a campaign that I started as well that is a crown worthy campaign, where I see women or girls struggling. They're not where they can be yet. They're on their journey. And what could I give them if I could do anything that might help? And for me, I just had this idea that I would give them a crown, because
that's incredible, Laura.
These crowns, like, we all have a crown already, right? We're all born with a crown. We're daughters of the King. But this crown for me is a symbol of strength. And so for somebody, and a woman that is, she's not where she wants to be, or she's feeling the situation of COVID, or she's feeling her family struggles, I want every woman to have a crown, to have a symbol of strength. And so I've started that crown crusade across the country as well.
That's
So
incredible. That's
and
incredible.
all of this came out of pageantry.
Yes,
So
it
it's just
did. Yes, it did.
conversation to let people in. This is the kind of conversations that we have together, that we have with our sisters in our community. It's about how can we help? What can we do? How can we serve? Who needs help? Who's doing what, and how can we join together?
Right.
And I just feel like people need to know that.
Yes, they do. So I am so honored that you invited me today, because this has been very inspiring. So I thank you for having me.
It's been great to have you on as well. So I will say goodbye and thank you for joining me, and thank you for being a light in my journey as well, and for all the things to come in the next 2 weeks to 28 days and beyond.
Yes, good luck to you, Laura. You're going to do amazing.
Thank you so much. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.